Is it filming? I think so. One take. We're gonna do it in one take. So a few days ago, a video was done on me and other people, essentially saying that our content causes people to go to the riots and to become school shooters. I just wanted to do some reflection and make sure, apologizing to all the future Nazis and all the future school that have been brainwashed by commentary channels. That sounds so stupid to say out loud, but this person talked about it, so it must be true. Not trying to be funny here at all, but it's one of the most unhinged, loco fucking videos that I've ever watched or ever been a part of. Anyways, with that said, I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, let's just stop. All right, gamers, the moment has finally arrived. It is time for my yearly call out post. I swear to God, this happens like once or twice per year. A few years ago, it was Ethan is online. If you're an OG, you know exactly who I'm talking about. And this year, it's another creator that looks like the skinny version of Ethan is online. I'm sorry, Eden Riley. I think they transitioned. If you follow me on IG, if you follow me on Twitter, you knew that this was coming. So a friend of mine made me aware of this content creator that goes by Crimes New Roman. And a day or two ago, he made this video called The Drama Slob to School Shooter Pipeline. That is such a crazy title. Now, I do like that Crimes New Roman put me next to my favorite two people on planet Earth. I'm pretty happy that I got squished right in between them, you know what I mean? Prior to this, I had no idea who this guy was. I made a love letter to Idubbbz and Anissa. It's just higher tier slop, you know what I mean? These kind of people who are holier than thou, they're like, those slop tubers, yeah, this and this. All they do is higher editing slop. Like, it's no different. Guys, I spent 40 hours on a shitty script. I hope everyone enjoys it. I mean, it's just, once again, higher tier slop. That's pretty much what this guy and other channels alike are, essentially. Still not over the title. If you watch one Pegasus video, if you watch a WestJet video, if you watch a Sensed video, you will become a school shooter. You will feel the urge immediately because you watch drama channels. Before we get into it, because it's 2 fucking hours long, I'm only gonna focus on my segments because if I talked about everything here, we're going to be here for like 4 or 5 hours. If there's anything that I could fix to please and make Crimes New Roman a subscriber of mine, I will do it, even if I have to bend over. You know what I mean? I'll do anything for Crimes New Roman. Just look at his profile picture. He's kind of a cutie, so...
Is one node in a particular web of commentary, drama recap, and reaction channels. Tom, Sensitive Society, WestJet, More Pegasus, Cheeto, Think Before You Sleep. There's a billion of these guys cross-referencing and reacting to each other's content like one big, incestuous, very apolitical family.
So, I don't mean to pause it so soon, but, it's kind of cute that people like this think we're like a huge family and we love each other. I mean, that actually is true. Never mind.
Now, I know what some of you are thinking. These are just dumb guys making dumb videos about more dumb guys and dumb internet drama. They are not worth taking seriously, let alone making a video
2 hours, 16 minutes, 36 seconds
long talking about them. And to that I say, you're right about it being dumb. However, you're wrong about it being not important. That dismissal is exactly the problem, because it is the genre's primary defense mechanism, just like all the pseudo-intellectuals and gamer chuds whose content, through the conventions of their genre, participate in an ecosystem that functions as important infrastructure in the pipeline to radicalization.
Oh my god. This is literally just Ethan is online from 3 fucking years ago. Sensitive Society and others alike, they guide you to the right-wing pipeline. 3 years ago, it was a right-wing pipeline. And 2026 is a school shooter pipeline. So I'm not only taking people to the right, I'm also making them school shooters. This is so funny. How is this real life? You watch one Sensitive Society video and you turn into a Nazi and you get the random random urge to shoot people. It's like, what are we doing here? Now, a quick word from this video sponsor so I don't go broke after the super slanderous video that just dropped on me. Recently, a jury ordered Meta and YouTube to pay millions for their role in designing and promoting addictive platforms. They knew their apps could contribute to anxiety, depression, and body issues, but they did not share those risks while prioritizing profits. The recent historic verdict underscores the consequences of those actions. If you or your child spend years growing up on social media and experience serious mental health struggles, you should hear this. Morgan & Morgan is stepping up to hold these platforms accountable for the harm they caused. You can use the link in my description or scan the QR code to take a short quiz to see if you qualify for a case. And by the way, this is completely free and you may be entitled for compensation. And with that said, let's just get right back into it.
That functions as important infrastructure in the pipeline to radicalization. And Tom's name in that manifesto is the smoking gun I knew would show up eventually. The moment you call this content trivial, you have already accepted the framing that makes it effective, and ignoring them allows them to thrive. Like something else I'm having a hard time thinking of right now. What was it? I feel like it was important.
Donald Trump is the president of the United States.
All right, I'm gonna skip all of this because this has nothing to do with me. I don't get political and completely irrelevant to me. So let's just skip to my part.
But because the structure of their content systematically normalizes the preconditions that radicalization requires. And I think this is serious because these channels are not fringe. They have millions of subs and millions of views from their audience that is overwhelmingly terminally online young men, which is the exact demographic most vulnerable to this kind of thing. Like me, a decade ago, when I was too dumb to realize any of this as I eagerly awaited the next content cop.
I don't know how old you are, but not only were you an idiot 10 years ago, you are still an idiot 10 years later. Now, I'm not going to really spend a lot of time in this segment. I'm tired of talking about Idubbbz. The milking has been done. I don't care for it unless something crazy happens. But I said this 3 fucking years ago, and I'm gonna say it again. If you unironically became racist because of Idubbbz, you were racist already. If Idubbbz made you say the N-word and you've never said it before, you were planning on being racist either way, or hating women, or whatever it might be. These people always find a way to blame others for their issues or because they're fucking stupid. But mom, the reason why I'm racist and an incel is because I watch Nick Fuentes and Idubbbz. I used to watch Idubbbz very casually back in the day. He was never really my favorite. Watching Idubbbz didn't make me racist. I was already racist prior to Idubbbz, okay? I'm not giving him that credit. How is it our fault that this guy is a fucking loser that has no friends, didn't have friends 10 years ago, doesn't have friends 10 years later? And it's my fault and others alike that people get radicalized. It's like, how about you take accountability for your actions? I don't know, have you ever thought about that?
Seriously though, over the last 6 months, these 6 people alone have put out 116 videos. That's 3 times the amount I've ever done.
Get to work, little bro. Stop being lazy. And I want to correct some things because I think this is the part that bothers me the most. In January alone, I uploaded 22 videos, little bro. So get your numbers right. That number should be anywhere between 70 to 80. This is the part that bothers me the most. As a matter of fact, I'm dropping a dislike on this.
And in case any of these guys happens to see this video, because I know they're constantly desperate for relevancy, let me give you some react faces for the unflattering thumbnail that you'll probably put me on.
Yeah, no one's using these, little bro. Can we have another? So I'm like 30 minutes in, and I gotta keep it real with y'all. This is like the fucking most boring video of all time. Is this supposed to be the high quality content people talk about? This is so fucking boring. For someone that's so, my content is good. Fast food content equals bad. He unironically spends 15 minutes defending Idubbbz and his wife. So you know where he's coming from. And as a matter of fact, I found this hilarious. Idubbbz left a comment and got pinned. Sitting through this has been hell. So if you could really drop a like on this video and subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated.
Now, introduced our very first guest. Commentary, creator, commentary creator. He just does shitty stream reacts. A Cheeto. He's a fellow Sam Hyde enjoyer and maker of very non-political, normal content.
What is this thumbnail? What the fuck? Shout out to a Cheeto, he's a goat. I'm not going to cover this segment because I don't want to speak for Mr. Cheeto. I don't want to put words in his mouth, so I'm just gonna skip to my very special and wholesome Big Chungus Reddit segment.
And large swaths of people still do this to this day. For example, the next guest we have here, Sensitive Society, who takes the award for probably the most obnoxious titles of all time. And
Okay. My titles are nothing but heat. They're nothing but fuego. If I may say so myself, they're pretty fuego. I mean, he got exposed. He's talking to minors again. You're fucking crazy. Enjoy divorce, loser. Enjoy jail, loser. Agree with my politics or I'll kill you. What do you mean? This is nothing but heat. The guy just sounds like a hater. Gotta keep it real.
Also made a video on how people should be able to say the R word, frames Idubbbz self-reflection as evidence of brainwashing.
Here, I do think Idubbbz has been brainwashed into thinking that he was like the 2010s Hitler and he was killing puppies and, you know, people and saying the N-word every 2 seconds and just being a terrorist. And Idubbbz also did 9/11. No, it was never that deep. This shit was never that serious.
Shout out to my favorite least political word, the N-word.
Say
the N-word.
You know, this guy was ripping the N-word back when he was like 18. Now, I still believe in what I said. I don't take it back. And same thing with the R word. I don't take it back. I stand by it. Like, was this supposed to be a gotcha moment? Yeah, guys, Sensitive Society approves of the R word. Shocking. Like, I'm sure all 10 people that don't know me are shocked by that information.
He then proceeds to excavate Moist Critical's terrible video, also disagreeing with Idubbbz's assessment as an authority against Idubbbz's interpretation of his own work. Because obviously, you got to pull out the heavyweights for something like this, right?
The way he talks about this content makes it sound like he used to f***ing murder puppies for these videos, which it was never that extreme. I very much would consider it edgy. It was 2016 edginess in all of its glory. The point of his content wasn't to be hateful or hurtful. He really was just trying to entertain. At least that's how I and the majority of people viewed it.
This is one of many examples of the genre manufacturing consent, literally telling a person that their own reflection on their past behavior is wrong and that growth is a delusion, which is ironic when a lot of these guys' channels looks like this. The framework that we see from these guys is exceptionally simple. A man who cries is weak. A man who apologizes has been broken. A man who takes his wife's name has been emasculated. A man who moves politically left has been corrupted.
This is how I know this person has never seen the content. I have never said this, and these have never been my talking points. I don't believe that if you're a man and you cry, you're weak. I've never said that. I don't know where he's getting this from. I also never said apologizing means you're broken. Taking your wife's last name is kind of weird, but I mean, do I think that's like the worst thing you could do? No. Like, I could see why you would think that if you just see the titles of my videos, but these people have no fucking idea what they're talking about. I'm not here to pretend to be a tough, you know, internet keyboard warrior from fucking Reddit or 4chan. Yeah, guys, I'm Sense and I never cry. If you're a man and you cry, you're not Sigma enough and you might be the F slur. It's like, I've never said that. What the fuck is this retard on?
But a man who was dropping slurs and bullying creators for entertainment, that man had integrity. While the pipeline concept is raised in proximity to drama channels or any apolitical channel, really, the genre has a ready-made defense, which is I criticize the right too. And this defense is worth examining closely because it's how the genre maintains its ideological camouflage to people that aren't attuned to the dog whistles like I am.
You spend too much time online. You need to get some fresh air. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. I'm not here to push an agenda. I'm just a guy that sees shit online and I'm like, I want to talk about that. So I talk about it and people like it, which is fucking awesome. And I appreciate it. I appreciate people taking the time to hear what my dumbass has to say about whatever the newest situation is. It really doesn't go beyond that. Like, it's not like I have this big evil plan to turn everyone into Nazis. You know what I mean? Maybe I do. Maybe. I mean, you never know, right?
All of this is textbook acclamation, making racists seem funny and creators' takes seem directed equally at both sides while warming people up to more extreme views we will get to later. For example, when Idubbbz was on a stream a little while ago and pointed out that Moist Critical, hey, look who showed up again, might function as part of the alt-right pipeline.
Like,
it's part of the pipeline, though. It's the same reason people wouldn't say Charlie, Moist Critical, is right-wing or like as ideologically fuck out there as like a Nick Fuentes or even Asmongold, right? Like,
these guys kind of collectively lost their minds about it.
He's been extremely critical of ICE multiple times. He's against it. And like, do you think someone who's a path into the alt-right pipeline, do you think someone's gonna see these videos and be like, yeah, Charlie is a Nazi, Charlie is a right wing?
He's made videos shitting on Elon Musk, shitting on ICE, shitting on right-wing people in general. You know, that's not something that a right-wing sycophant grifter would do.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. He literally goes after ICE, and he talked about the whole situation in Minneapolis, and he was actually very critical of the police officers as well. So how the hell are you calling him right-wing?
You can see what's going on here. They have a very simple, uncomplicated view of what they think not only radicalization is, but what political alignment means in general. And if I may...
Nah, you may not. You're a fucking retard. You are pretentious, and you are the kind of kid that I would have shoved in a locker back in high school for being fucking annoying. And I'm starting to see the agenda that he is pushing onto his echo chamber and anyone else that enjoyed that video that he made. You're either with us or you're against us is pretty much his stance. I mean, he already called out Charlie for being a path into the right-wing pipeline. He only sees black and white, and if you don't agree with him 100% of the time, or if you don't agree with him on everything he says, you are now my enemy. And I have this crazy concept, guys, and I hope everyone's ready to listen to it. You do know that you could like certain takes from the left, and you could like certain things by the right, and you could combine those two and come up with your own conclusion. This is not fucking football, my guy. This is my team, and I'm sticking with it till the end. It's not that. You're either with me or you're against me. But I don't agree with you on this. Oh, you're my enemy. You agreed with 99% of the stuff that I agreed with, but you didn't agree with the 1%. Therefore, you're my number one enemy. You're excommunicado. You gotta go. That's exactly what this is. He is definitely in an echo chamber with Idubbbz and all of those other fucking retards.
Recognizing the chamber's walls are there at all. The most extreme version of this is the active dismissal of the pipeline as a concept at all. The same Idubbbz video from Sensitive Society earlier is a fantastic example, when his first move is to make the concept of a pipeline sound ridiculous.
I hate this argument that ex-YouTuber, this guy is a pipeline into the alt-right. This guy classifies as an alt-right pipeline person because they're not there yet. They're not Andrew Tate level yet. They're not Nick Fuentes level yet, but they're like in the middle, and if they watch that person, then they jump into others.
By reducing the pipeline to a crude conveyor belt, watch one guy become a Nazi, he constructs a version of the argument that is easy to dismiss if you think you are the perfectest specialist little boy and have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. This allows him to do the second thing, which is to reframe susceptibility to radicalization as personal weakness rather than a broader systemic issue.
Now, I've said this before, and I'll say it yet again. If you're a grown-ass man and you fall into either the alt-right pipeline or the left pipeline, as a grown man, you are a loser that is controlled by the internet, all right? You're legitimately an NPC. I've seen so many people on Reddit be like, yeah, man, I fell into the alt-right pipeline, and I'm so glad I escaped it. Thank you so much for showing us that you have no self-control. Thank you so much for showing us how weak you are.
In every...
I mean, I cooked. I fucking cooked. I don't take that back at all. Holy shit, was I on fire. Even though I sound like a fucking robot, because at that time, I think I just moved into my new place. But it's like, I agree with that. 1,000%. Like, if you're so weak-minded that you let other people control who you are, I'm sorry, but you're weak. Be a fucking adult and take responsibility for your actions. Guys, I watched Idubbbz and I watched Leafy and I watched Sans and Pegasus, and now I am a member of the KKK. Do you know how stupid you sound? How about you get offline? How about you talk to your friends and family? How about you go outside and talk to real people and close Discord? I do laugh, and I find it quite funny when people are like, man, I used to watch Sans and he radicalized me and I became this extremist. It's like, if you got radicalized by a fucking guy talking about drama, the issue is a lot deeper than that. How about you look back at your life and see where you fucked up? This is literally just a new video games cause violence. GTA 4, GTA 5 caused this little kid to pick up a gun and shoot people. Is it the game or is it the attention they give the kid at home? So much for showing us that you have no self-control. Thank you so much for showing us how weak you are.
In every video and every person like this, there is a belief that a level of apoliticism is just common sense, and beliefs that counter that are the equivalent to brainwashing, which another creator, More Pegasus, who desperately needs a hobby. This is only one of his playlists, by the way. Crazy. He illustrates this perfectly in one of his videos on Idubbbz moist critical comments.
This is why I stay far away from politics. It rots your mind and makes you crazy. Exactly. Preach. I've been saying this for literal years. American politics in particular is just the most brain-breaking bag of bullshit I've ever seen. I really don't know like what level of brainwashing makes you think like this, because in my opinion, Charlie, for the most part, right, he just sort of gives common sense opinions, and sometimes, sure, they could maybe be considered a little political if you sort of stretch it, but that's not really the main goal of the content. For example, when he criticizes Trump,
once again, this kind of framing simultaneously tells the audience you are too smart to be manipulated, while stigmatizing the very act of recognizing that one has been manipulated.
So essentially, this whole video is just you admitting that you were or still are a fucking idiot. Thank you so much for admitting that. Yeah, guys, I was a fucking idiot and I'm still not over it. This is YouTube. This isn't a free therapy session because no one loved you as a kid and you got radicalized by YouTubers. People like myself, Pegasus, WestJet, we just give your average guy take, all right? It's just common sense, no pun intended. It's not that deep. I get the feeling that they're just guys that you shoot the shit with when you hang out with them. Yo, did you hear about this crazy drama? Let's talk about it. But instead of doing it in private, we just put it out there and make money from it. Like, that's literally the only difference. It's literally a podcast with video game footage on top of it. Like, it's not that deep. But thank you for telling us that you're 40 years old and you can't have self-control in your life. You need people to guide you through life. And if you need people, real human beings in your life, that's fine. But if you need content creators to hold your hand like a fucking baby to guide you into the quote-unquote right direction, you're a loser.
For a teenager who is already consuming this content, this message functions as a prophylactic. If you ever start to notice the pattern, the bad patterns, not the good ones, that recognition itself is proof that you are weak and gullible. This genre does not just isolate the viewer from counter-narratives, it arms them against the very vocabulary needed to describe what is happening to them.
I always tell people to form their own opinion. I always tell people there's always two sides to a story. I always tell people to come up with their own judgment. I'm not here to control people. I'm not here to tell you fucking agree with me or I will beat you up. That's never been the point. It's just a guy with a microphone and he talks about stuff, and sometimes people agree and sometimes people disagree. Form your own fucking judgment.
The sense of society extends this inoculation by framing Idubbbz's claim that a lot of things are part of the pipeline: workout content, finance, dating commentary, etc., as evidently absurd, and disavows the Charlie and Asmongold overlap he was suggesting.
If you think that Charlie is the same as Asmongold or even close, you have no idea what you're talking about. They're complete opposites, which goes to show you how far gone he is.
Idubbbz' observation that the right has been manufacturing the space since before Gamergate and we're all playing catch up now is actually well supported by research literature. Lewis's 2018 study documented
Oh my god, not the holy shit, this guy actually pulled in.
Actually, guys, let me pull this fucking article. Actually, guys, I'm a fucking virgin and I'm a fucking dork. Actually, guys, no one loves me.
Man, get your dorky ass out of here, little bro. Like, don't in a band!
No, Louis. Hey, wait, we have another clue here, guys. We have another clue here, too.
No! Is that an abduction? It's like, calm down! Breathe!
The genre's response to these claims is to not engage it with counter research, but to make the observation sound paranoid, to mock the person making it as someone whose brain has been broken by politics. And this can lead to some very, very dangerous behavior. An echo chamber disguised as a marketplace of ideas. For example, when Idubbbz suggested that Moist Critical occupied a position in the alt-right pipeline, the commentary ecosystem responded not as individual creators reaching independent conclusions, but as a distributed content machine producing a single output. More Pegasus just so happened to have the same opinion as Sensitive Society, as he reacts to one of his videos on it in his video, and then Sensitive Society's opinion on the matter happens to be the same as the Willie Mac show, which he reacted to in his video. And then if we take a look at a Cheeto's video, he just happens to have the same opinion as Hero Hey as he reacts to his video, and plenty of these guys, of course, know and talk about Tom's video, considering they're in the comments of Tom's video, and everybody in these fucking videos spends sizable chunks of it reading comments online that also happen to agree about the state of Idubbbz and how pathetic it is. Do you get it? It's the same with Hassan, Pokimane, Tectone, everything, you fucking name it. It is one big circle jerk where the other creator cites other elements of the space as consensus, each presenting their take as independent analysis, and the genre's cross-referential nature all but ensures that encountering one of these dinguses will have you encounter everyone else.
I don't like how passive-aggressive this guy is, and I think someone should definitely teach him a lesson. I don't know what the bigger crime is, the video title, the thumbnail, or this guy's fucking haircut. Like, I don't know what I'm more mad at. I find it funny that this guy only points one or two Idubbbz videos, and he's like, oh, well, Sans got his opinions from the Willie Mac show, and Pegasus got his opinions from Sans. Every now and then, I like to react to content. I do it, I don't know, 4 or 5 times per month. And besides that, all of my other videos are, I guess, self-made. Every now and then, I'm just like, I want to watch this. Oh shit, I have a YouTube channel. Let me watch it with people. That's literally it. Sometimes I agree with the creator that I'm watching. Sometimes I disagree. For someone who did their quote-unquote hard research and anti-slop, this is just glorified slop. Yeah, this guy is a loser. He's stinky. His feet smell bad. I don't know why he got the dogs out. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, they do look a bit yummy. I guess my final statement, if you will, is Crimes New Roman is a fucking dork. Anyways, what do you guys think about this? I want to hear your opinion. And yeah, I mean, I'm tired. This is way too fucking long. I need to go to bed. So yeah, adios.